and tell other, you divide among yourself. I've told you. See the recording, don't make any mistakes. Because I have a habit of correcting it. I don't want to correct digitally. And do it. I've given Saji's in front of me. I'm in the office. I've dictated the minute to minute and given him, and you to do it and send it to us. Okay. Anything more? But you next programs करो ना, किसको बुक करे? मैंने तो 2 कर दिए. ओ ये मरकट्स के जगह IAP celebration days कर दो. IAP celebration days and weeks.
हाँ ठीक है.
So learning from masters, learning from experts, learning from journals/research, and
नहीं मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ.
उसके बाद IAP celebration days and learning छोड़ दो, international interactions. IAP celebration days and weeks, international interaction, life beyond pediatrics. तीनों में learning कार्ड. नीचे वाला life beyond pediatrics, international interactions and IAP days and weeks. नीचे और ऊपर from masters, from experts and journals and research. 4 डालना है तो ऊपर 4 डाल दो जैसे. ठीक है. Learning from नहीं, learning I think इसको आप journal/research दोनों कर दो ताकि वो उसी में कर दो. और वो जो माइक्रो मॉड्यूल्स लिखा था उसको क्या करेंगे? उसको क्या बोलते हैं? हाँ वो नहीं लिखा ना. एक वो जैसे 3 learnings हुआ, फिर मेरी फोटो हट गई तो फिर गाइडलाइंस वो ऊपर या तो learning from guidelines को एक और कुछ बोलते हैं. Guidelines and हाँ correct. Learning on guidelines/protocols. फिर ये आपका IAP day celebration, international interaction, life beyond, ये 3 नीचे है और ऊपर वो 4-5 ऊपर है. और साइड में please download IAP Digi app, both Android and this thing. और for any assistance क्या दाम डालना?
Step will provide the step documents.
नहीं step नहीं, assistance है तो किसको कनेक्ट है?
मैं इनको या मेरे को, हम दोनों से कनेक्ट करें.
For any assistance, contact IAP office का एड्रेस डाल दो. Any assistance central IAP, चाहे central office @IAPindia.org for any assistance. Okay. नीचे भी वो जाए और वो जिधर जो करेक्शन है और ऊपर जो वो 3 का लोगो है. Can you make a nice logo for IAP Connect? Is this good logo? ये तुमने बनाया? हाँ अच्छा है. वो वाईफाई भी है. Is this a new one? This logo? No, but it looks nice. Something you put, make a logo. There are different apps which make. अच्छा लग रहा है. वो वाईफाई लग रहा है और एक ऐसे लग रहा है कि दोनों में कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं. I think it looks good. But एक बच्चा किधर रहना है? But अभी भी बच्चे के हेल्प के लिए है. और बीच में अगर एक लोगो IAP का आ गया तो वो बहुत मजे का बन जाएगा. You put that, you put the 2 and put an IAP का logo. So something like that. And the colors should be of the India flag. Right now it is blue, green, orange. I want India flag.
टेस्ट कर दिया ऐप. ओके है. देखिए प्लेटफॉर्म ओके है. मैंने टेस्ट लिंक मैं कोई कर रहे थे, एक टेस्ट लिंक बना के डाला. टेस्ट मैंने यहाँ पे लाइव किया, यूट्यूब लाइव किया.
किसका? साजी का नंबर बोल.
81694
55507
55507.
555 लिखा 07.
Most of the times it is very subtle. It shows up not just in terms of the
And subsequently, any time you can make जो ग्रुप अभी बनाया है हमने जो IAP कनेक्ट फॉर्मली अभी तो हम ऐसे ही बनाए, then you can add
अच्छा
रुचिरा and him in that, so that हमारा कुछ भी बात है,
अच्छा ठीक
so it should look as if we prepared, or else forget this. Let us not, you make a new one and you call it, इसका कनेक्ट ही रहने दो, उसको बना दो IAP डिजी एकेडमी, एंड उसमें आपका जो 5 कोर 6 है ना तुम लोग, तो छोड़ दो उसको, कुछ और दे देना, ये 5 एंड उसको एक कुछ काम पूछ लो, जर्नल लेता क्या लेता, बोलो कि एक एक इंचार्ज आपको देना है ना, किसको दे रहे हो आप, वो भेजो ना मेरे को, अभी मैं यहाँ बैठी ऑफिस में प्रिंट आउट ले लेती हूँ, भेजो अभी भेजो, ग्रुप पे भेजो, और वो दूसरा बना उसका रुचिरा के साथ और साजी के साथ दूसरा बना, ठीक है, बिकॉज देन दैट IAP कनेक्ट का वो जब फ्यूचर कुछ भी होगा तो उसमें डालो.
requiring brain growth, cognitive function, or the neurotransmitter synthesis, which is the main function of folic acid. The other nutrient which seems to be important for myelin formation as well as neurotransmitter synthesis is vitamin B12, because it tends to have a different role from other myelin sheath formation like choline and DHA. B12, it is important for not just the DNA synthesis but also neurotransmitters synthesis as a cofactor and as a coenzyme. So this can prevent neurological damage, especially that of the peripheral nerves. So that is why it would be important not to prevent the cognitive impairment but also for the peripheral neurotransmission. In this, it is the animal food sources which are important, but for the vegetarians,
इनका पूरा कैसे तू ले रहा है अटेंडेंस, तेरे पास खुला है,
रजिस्ट्रेशन है, रजिस्ट्रेशन लिंक रखा है ना,
कैसे
रजिस्ट्रेशन लिंक डाला हुआ है, जो भी रजिस्टर करके ज्वाइन होता है उसमें.
हाँ
need of vitamin. And for the high someone who's got any malabsorption disorder or anyone who's taking any kind of antibiotics, which could be decreasing the bacteria which aid in absorption of vitamin B12. So both for pregnancy and lactation, especially these high-risk groups are there, it needs to be supplemented. The last of this is vitamin A, which accounts for the hidden hunger in our children. And where is it required? It tends to have a huge.
अब आजा तू TOTs पे, अभी मेरा ये कुछ रह गया, इनका पहले खत्म कर दूं, ये भेज दूं.
ये देखो अभी बन रहा है, एनीमिया का बन रहा है, एनीमिया का मैंने उसको डाल के दे दिया 9 को नाम के साथ. बाकी सब उनको इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दिया है, 12 तारीख का डेट
ये ऐसी नहीं चल रही,
अभी रीसेट कराने बोला उसको. और
खिचड़ी मंगा लो.
हाँ
It can decrease the infection risk as well as improve the cognitive development of most of these children. Again, food sources, the animal sources are the best, but in case that is not possible, all the colored and orange or yellow kind of vegetables and fruits which can easily help in increasing the vitamin A requirement. Suffice it to say that if it's not possible, then 6 months onwards, the national supplements of vitamin A can take care of this kind of huge impact on the global level, not just of loss of vision, but also the other global burden which affects almost 200 million of those. So that is why not only should we take advantage of the national programs in supplementing this vitamin A, but also by proper education of source of vitamin A, possibly this huge burden can be taken care of. The last one is vitamin D.
ये जो आपका न्यूट्रिशन एनीमिया FAQ है, नीचे लिख सकती हो प्रिपेयर्ड बाय आपका नाम, या ये किधर और से है, लिख सकती हो. ओके, prepared by Dr. Mukesh Dhankar EB, ये लिख दो. ठीक. Oh.
Those developing neurons over and above having a role of neurotransmission and neural protection. And how much do we require? 400 international units for a developing infant, and for the mother, and the 1.5 part that much. So those who are not able to have this kind of sunlight exposure, 2 eggs can possibly meet the requirement of vitamin D.
Designation.
The benefits related to vitamin D.
आपका डेसिग्नेशन बताओ. Professor Lady Harding, HARDING, Medical College, Delhi, या New Delhi. Oh.
Acquisition skills over and above that, even improving the immunity of the baby. So this is the summary of our.
उसको बुला ले, क्या नाम है उसका? Rose 230.
Preventing the child from not just the hunger part of it, but also the hidden hunger part of it. So this particular table, which should be part of your handouts, can tell you as to what is the primary role of each and every one of them, at which part of the critical stage these things are required, and how much is the requirement for the pregnant women and also the infants. Elizabeth, madam, do I have another 2 minutes for the slides? Power? Hello? Yeah, so
Time is over.
right, madam. Okay, so thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you,
Yes.
madam.
Just skip that slides and say what is there. Next slide.
Yes, madam. That's why this is only the practical food sources, and we are only talking about the
That you have shown.
macro role. So that is what, madam. We have just done.
Yeah,
what is the role of
thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Now it is neurostimulation. Neurostimulation. Dr. Sanghavi is present. Is it that, or I thought it was a nurture? Yes, ma'am, you can present. Can I do that? Yeah, 25 minutes. Yeah, please, Pravan, can you switch on the slides, please, for me? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Nandini Mathur, and I'm a developmental pediatrician of over 35 years of experience, and mainly work with nurturing than any other part of stimulation. And I want to say, I think I had asked the management to present the slides on my behalf, because
What, some Jacob John has sent some mail? What is this?
Pawan? Is Dr. Pawan?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I just came. 1 second. Yeah, ma'am. Can you see the slides?
Yeah, I can't see the slides, but I don't know. It is coming. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. I can't see it though.
Hello?
Okay, if it's coming, then I'll just go
I think
ahead
it
and
needs to
talk
be
about
ignored.
it. Yes, see,
Hmm.
see the screen. Double click to enter full screen. Yeah, thank you. There is
Madam, can you see my
now we can.
Attach है, ये तो शुरू में आ रहा है ना?
hello?
No. The poster is coming before.
See, there is
So you don't need to. This is what.
Can you see this?
no.
Madam, can you see this?
I think this is coming before. That's what they tell.
Yeah.
Yes. Now it is right. Now it is right. The slide is moving now.
Moving. You have to move it for me. Give me a minute.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm just moving. Can you see the slide?
Yeah,
The slide?
okay, I can start. All
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, if you want to be smart, and you are what you are today, is what has been nurtured for you when you are a small child below 3 years of age. If you want your child to be intelligent, feed to them. If you want them to be more intelligent, feed more. That's what Albert Einstein says, but the current next slide. Research shows there's a big paradigm shift in neuropsychology and neuroscience and genetics. They have focused on 3 paradigm shift to understand early nurturing. What are they? It's emotion regulation. Emotion regulation is how you face your life in difficult circumstances and in good circumstances. It's for a child or for an adult. It's very important throughout life. And this occurs into a resilient, attachment to the caregiver very, very early in life. And that caregiver has a very effective way of communicating with the baby to the
ठीक है,
young child.
तो panel discussion.
So next slide.
experts.
Now it's
So
about
this या तो ये लिखो this panel discussion of experts.
Okay. We all know
ये
the
तो
brain
panel
develops
पे
from
यहाँ पे
the
डाल दो panel discussion of
the genetic
experts.
activation and expression is
This is a
important for
panel
development. This is being said. It is regulated by epigenetics, and that is it. Epigenetics is influenced by environmental. More than environmental, the timing of your stimulation is so important. And neuroplasticity,
Veeru, I think
you all know
you
that
look good here
100
also
billion neurons and
for the
86 has to
panel
come
discussion.
given to us at birth.
ठीक.
And
So
every
this is
snap
what
of a
now
finger
emergency.
has
We are
700
over. Anything more is there?
connections
The now the minutes which you are preparing, in that there is a group. You will send this to Nikhil. There'll be two things tomorrow. That all I've dictated on the phone. After the launch, I forgot to say release. Somewhere I forgot to say release of the guidelines by the expert. No, where is that minute-to-minute
Now
program?
next slide. So the single mode.
In that, I have to write,
tissue is the only one, is a
what do you say? I
large tissue in
release
our
the
body.
guidelines. Something you
Separates
said
the
digitally.
organ.
What do you say?
Brain develops by the touch.
वो क्या बोलते हैं? I open the guideline digital release कुछ बोलते हैं ना मेरे दिमाग में.
Separates us
चलो
from
वो
the others.
देखो अब खाने की जरूरत पड़ेगी
Why
थोड़ी.
importance of our sensory organs. Now we have talked about a lot about epigenetics, but I want to focus the epigenetics which influences the gene. What is
No,
that
he.
part
I
of the
called him.
epigenetics
He is
which
not
important
believing
for
it.
learning
Hello.
and that behavior
I told Sundravalu and Alok.
have
They are not able
experienced
to believe.
the physical environment. Of course, we have said about the nutrition, which has already been that this part of it is nurtured. The brain is very, very important. How
No,
we
I've
nurture
taken
the
another
brain,
one.
which
Oh,
how we have
I'll give the
experienced
digital
and just
people.
talk about this. Next slide.
1 minute.
Now,
I'll give up
the
for
next
you.
slide we've studied, the brain is not
One
genetically encoded, but instead it requires epigenetic. What does it require?
Tulika.
It requires a social experience. How a mother nurtures. And the mother, when I say mother here, is a caregiver. It can be mother, grandmother, anybody who is a consistent person in that child's life. A young baby requires a single caregiver to bond with the
इसके
child.
नाम से
That
बोल.
doesn't happen.
And you said how much?
Has a
30,
very
40,000 कुछ बोला ना?
traumatic experience of life and very good attachment, which has a lot
April
of
क्यों?
repercussions. Next slide. So what is this nature and nurture I'm talking about? Is we are all born as human beings.
This her name I've written. Tulika.
Human beings. Next slide.
Bhatt.
Human beings
So,
are social animals. And that they
Personal
require
secretary
a
वो
lot
नहीं
of
है.
human beings.
Secretarial
Right
work
now,
of
even before
should be doing my
birth, the right brain
digital.
of the child is connected
तो
to
क्या
the
लिखे हैं
right
उसमें?
brain of the
As
all the stress in the
assistant?
mother, which the baby
Yes.
experiences. Even during birth, it's connected. This is Alan Shore's very, very popular, of the whole genome.
As assistant
They found the
to
right
Dr.
brain of the
Neelam.
brain is right connected to the
And
baby's
ये
God.
फिर
Any
मार्च में
cortisol,
रहेगा.
any
क्या
stress
रहेगा?
the mother experiences, you already have a child which is
So
deprived
ये
and
तो
born
इसको
with
तो
the
is
signs of
valid
God
from
born with
इसको
a
तो अभी
child.
आप 1 महीने का भेज दो.
All the time.
दीदी को
But something is happening, the slides come and go all the time. That is a stress
जनवरी का
in
नहीं दिए ना
pregnancy.
अभी.
That is the first thing you have to prevent.
ट्रांसफर
You
करना
have
हाँ, so जनवरी का उसको अप्रूव कर दो. फरवरी
What
का
is
इसको
from the human being
from
after the
February
baby is
1st
born,
2026 to
important basis
December.
connecting the baby
उसके बाद
or the child
तो उसके
from
बाद
the adult
दूसरा
is
बनाएंगे ना 6
interface by that
6
stress.
month
This
December
has got
31st
such a
31st
big
to 0
repercussions.
ठीक है.
The child
Yes.
is fluid.
ये तो
While
ठीक
other
है.
parent watches it or the child watches it. You're taking away the circuit of social development in the early years in such a bad way that autism is what you see as a poor social interaction. Today's children, communication and everything is so impaired. The interaction with their peers, the interaction with their teachers, and learning is highly impaired. Only day for yesterday, I was seeing the news that the parents have a better life than the
98,184.
children these days because of this
तो
one
1
single
triple 2.
neural the factor of mobile. Next
So
slide.
मेरे को वो
Now,
80
having
to 100
said
जो
this,
पब्लिश करे.
what is it that we do? So, socio-culturally, They're getting very
184
isolated as human beings. We are on our own. The higher
2122.
So cultural, but what is
And
important is
इसके
very
साथ
good
साथ आपका
cognitive skills.
PAC का
We can
मैडम
produce
रीसेट
it
किया है वो
and
हीट हो गया
do
सर
it.
कूलिंग चला गया तो रीसेट किया है
That
उसने।
commits suicide by 12:30. Yes. Emotional
Correct.
skills are so primitive because we have not laid foundation for that in children. And this dichotomy of highly cognitive skill, poor emotion, poor social isolation is the single most problem of all the maladaptive problems.
ये
of mental
dictaphone खोलो।
There's so much is to be done. So what's most important is the first 1,000 days of life when the neuroplasticity in the brain is very growing rapidly. The trimester, the
Dr. Ruchira welcomes the President OB,
affects the baby in a big way because
Chief guest of honor,
barrier. So keeping a mother happy is a primary
EB
cause.
and
No
other
pediatricians have
dignitaries on
present
stage.
here. Next slide. For them to have
You will have to write welcomes
this is a beautiful slide
President
of Alan.
OB,
They've shown how a pregnancy. This is one of my favorite slides of how pregnancy is.
Chief guest Dr. Manas Rao and guest of honors Dr. Sagar, Vinita Shah, Sanjeev Puri.
Chemical evidence. Next slide. So next what we do is what is attachment. The second, the shift in thinking is not cognition.
Yeah, ये
but
जरूरत भी
emotional
नहीं है।
regulation.
Yeah, and
Cognition
we
comes
will
after
invite
the
Dr.
3 years of
Nirmal.
life. There's no prefrontal cortex for the baby also to think. So it's a social connection. The emotional foundation which you lay in the first 1,000 days will determine your cognition later. So the emotional well-being is far more important in the first years of life than cognition. It's like ABCD 1, 2, 3, 4 is Baba Black Sheep is not important. Next slide. So that is what we do. So any stress, trauma, so these are the factors for the pregnancy, difficult birthing, high risk, anything which you can think of, please prevent it. Next. But more important things to say as we go by. So we have already said that the social
President-elect, and what's his designation? His Dean or what?
Experiences with the
Singravelu.
child.
Ex-Dean or
He's a professor.
ex-Dean or professor from CSCV?
Yes.
So that you give us. And
Self-regulation is not identifying happiness, badness, but how do you regulate it? How do we face difficult situations? Is what is self-regulation, and it allows new and more complete interaction between individual and the social environment. It can be your boss, it can be your wife, it can be your friend. You have different relationships.
you send him this address.
And attachment is a single.
He's not Dr. Jassi, he's an honest doctor or no doctor? Public health person. Is it Dr. Kalika Manas ke son?
Mr. Manas. So what is the single caregiver does?
No, Mr.
Is the brain of the child is, as I said, socially wired.
You don't
Assistant
keep
director.
writing this now. एक ही बारी you write.
Only thing it is wired is it believes that the caregiver keep me safe, secure, soothe me, and see me. That means the baby believes that when I'm hungry, and even when it's like beautifully, Dr. Azim said, put my fingers, oh, my mother, if the mother says, oh, you're hungry, I'm going to feed you. Then he says, oh my God, I'm in a very nice hand. My mother knows I'm hungry. Oh, you're crying, you want to change your diaper, oh, I'll do it for you. The baby feels very safe. He says, oh my God, I have a lovely home.